Hello YouTubers, I'm showing you how to fix Samsung S4, maybe even S5 headphones. What I've done here is I was thinking that maybe the ground, this one has 3 wires, actually 6 wires altogether. I'll show you in a bit. So let's start by cutting the cable. This one specifically had only one headphone out. One headphone wasn't working. So I was thinking you can reuse the old jack. Let's get a cutter and split it up. Be careful when you're using a cutter, because you may end up it's pretty much the old jack. Well, this is purely optional, I guess, if you don't have another jack at hand, but be aware that this is very time consuming, so I'll probably don't have the time to show you. The idea is you peel off this rubber, and then under it you have a plastic. I actually did this with another pair. So for iPhones, I'm showing you the pinout. Hope I saved it somewhere. I don't know if you can see it. So this is the pinout for iPhones, always been for iPhones, and I'm presuming it's S3 and S4 since S3 Galaxy S3. This is how it's with Samsung also. For first versions it was reversed, the ground and the microphone or function. Okay, so let's get to it. I actually bought a replacement jack. You can find them, I'll put them in the links in the description. The idea is you don't have to order what I ordered, so you can always look for 4-pole jack replacements. If you buy a lot, like LOT, a batch, like 10 of them, then the price is like $5 or something, so it could be like $50 per piece. I don't know if you find them for the same price in the store. I would still use this because I'm thinking as you can see, this jack has no filling in the end, so I'm probably gonna use this one as a safety to make it more sturdy. Let's leave this for now. So you have 3 wires which are actually 6 in this. Be very careful when you're opening this cable. I usually do this. I split it on one side and then pull it and then cut it. Otherwise, if you take the isolation out in other ways, you may end up breaking the cables. So you should have colors. The wrapping is let's say ground for all of them. So you have ground for green. This should be the left channel. Then you have, I hope in this video will not take ages, because it's I would say it's not a very simple procedure. I don't know, this one seems blue, the first one I open, and the next one is green, I think. In all cases, it should be one red and one green. If these are not Chinese cables, Chinese headphones, and they didn't respect the color code, in that case I will solder them incorrectly. So I think you shouldn't be worried about. You just need to get all the 3 wires out of the ground wrapping. I got 2 out with this one. I know that the other ones are slightly different in the case that there are more wires rather than just 3. So I took out 2. I'm taking out the 3rd one. Again, as I was saying, this is not a very easy procedure. It's pretty time consuming, so must have a lot of patience when you're starting to do this. I actually reused while I'm taking the pinning of this. I really wanted to show the whole procedure, but if it takes too long I might create a new video. So I'm trying to hurry up here, but it seems to be taking quite some time. So you have like 3 wires, as I'm saying. This is blue, this is green, and this is red. I don't know how you see it on the camera if I have like good light here. And this is the ground for all of them, which was wrapped around each. As I was saying, for S4 Mini you have several cables. I don't really have. You can look for the pinout on the internet. You have one cable which is black, but beware that black cable actually contains a green one inside it, so you need to take the wrapping out. It's actually 2 wires in one, just like here, only here is more predictable because they're all the same. In the S4 Mini it's not the same. So showing you what I did in previous work. So this is another pair I fixed. Again, this is time consuming. You see here how I fix it. This is the old jack. I managed to open it up and reuse it. Again, this is in the case when you can't buy one, but it's like really cheap, and I don't think it's really worth it reusing the old jack. But you can do that in case you don't have the option to buy one. Then I put some plastic. I reused the old plastic and covered it up. And then I put the rubber back. And I'm actually going to show you the headphones. Oh, this is the finite product. I don't know if you can see it. Let's put the paper back in the background to see it better. So this is what came out. It's not very aesthetic, but it works properly. So let's say I did these headphones for myself because I know I'm really paying attention and I'm not. So what I also do is, how many minutes we have? 9 minutes. Ouch. Is have so the black one is the microphone and volume and so on. That's the command button. This should be the longest one, and I always cut them by length, to say so, because you're gonna, as far as I recall, no, this is different because on the other jack. So these ones you can leave quite the same length, or not. Yeah, you can leave it the same length. And then you have the red wire, which we will make shorter. And then you have the green wire, which is even shorter. I made this because, let's say, it's better to have like on different lengths, and they all hold together rather than. So I prefer. Then de-isolate the. I hope the final video is gonna be under 20 minutes. Don't hold it too much. It's like I see the type of lighter I'm using here. Don't hold it too much. Because this is the shortest method. Don't let it on too much because you're gonna. And after that. You resolder the wires. Of course, don't forget to put this on before you start putting the wires back on the. As I was saying, this is like pretty loose, so I was thinking I could use this rubber, maybe split it and put it here so it's sturdier, but I'm not going to do that in the video because it's going to take even longer time. So I'm using this to put, for example, to have a more steady, if you can see it. But we first need to solder the wires first. I was actually thinking this should take less time. And on glass, I noticed for me it's this sticks better. You need to do that for all wires. Don't worry if you have like the wire too long, let's say. You can cut it later. This is what I was saying, don't hold the lighter too much on it because it's not gonna stick this afterwards if you keep the lighter too long. And so we're done with that part, I hope. I'm gonna trim the wires a bit, because you see there's like a left. And then back to the. So you have like the most. This one is actually was initially the ground, for example, for Samsung's thing. So this one is the. You can do this like really quick because it's really good quality and it sticks to it. You don't have to clean it too long. Yes, or it used to do that. The previous one I worked with is okay, like a gold coating or something. As you can see, I did a short here. It's like I short-circuited them, so maybe a good idea to cut this. I hope I don't cut my hand with it. Let's see if we can get that a bit out. So I guess the best way to test it in the end, you have a this, you set it on this and you check the pins if they're not in short, they're not short-circuited, like test each with each, or as you can see. And that's another part. This is a useful tool. So in the end you have to put them. Again, take your time. I'm trying to do this quicker because I'm trying to put it in a video. But you should take your time. Okay. If you can still see this. Let me check. Right. Damn it. I don't know if I put too much or... Okay. So let's do the other ones. This seems to be standing in my way. So, two green. Seems I initially put too much, and because of that I'm suffering, how to say so. But we're gonna get there in the end. Seems the ground is the hardest one too. Usually the ground would have came the last one, but unfortunately these are the rules. I think I made it. I didn't short-circuit it, and in the end, supposedly we're gonna test this. Unfortunately, the Samsung is the one recording now this video, so I cannot test them on their phone. Sure, you can practice like left-handed. Unfortunately, I'm not ambidextrous. So, yeah, sure, you can trim them out a bit, but basically this is it, and they're not what I'm worried about is the first and second one, and they're not in short, neither the other one. So basically for another stereo headphones pair, be sure you also don't short between the pins when you put them here. As I was explaining, ground should have been here, but with the iPhones, but I guess you can isolate this one too. So what I used, I put some glue inside this, so probably gonna trim them better, but let's test them first. So I'm waiting to power up this one. There's another Samsung pair that I fixed, which is this one. I don't know what's the model, but I opened up this here. I split it with a cutter or something sharp, and the wires were broken here, 1 or 2 wires, because I fixed several pairs. So that's pretty much it. For the iPhones, it may be easier to reuse the I'm trying to cover as many as I can here. For the iPhones, I did the same procedure. I actually cut the old jack, and I resoldered the wire. I cut the wire and resoldered to the old jack, and then put a ton of super glue in this jack, and now they're actually working. As a second fix for the second pair of iPhones, this jack didn't broke, but I guess it also depends on the user, because they tend to break them the same way. So this is an older iPhone pair. They were actually broken here, so I actually had, if you see it, there's a cable is like slightly shorter, this one. This is because this cable was busted here, so I opened them up here. I don't know if you see them. So I opened them up here, and then I resoldered them to this board, and it worked. This is for, and then I had some HTC One headphones, which I haven't actually managed to fix, which is the place where they combine here. It seems there's like the other headphone was soldered here, so it broke. So it had a plastic coating with a rubber on it. So what I did is actually split it with a cutter. This is the rubber coating, and this was the plastic wrapping it had on this. It's somewhat like what you have for iPhones, like when the headphones split. I never met this. Like for Samsung, they usually break here, the jack, and for most of the iPhones, the same problem. Also wanted to show another problem for the iPhone 24. Ouch. So 24 minutes. Thank you for bearing so far with me. You have this iPhone headphones, and what I did is searching a pin here. the problem I encountered with older iPhone cable, sorry, headphones, was they had let me see if I find another one. So they had this, I don't know, foil here. So this one gets dirty in time, and it might be a good idea to remove it, because even though the headphones are okay, you may hear like a very poor low sound. Also, pay attention when you remove this. If they're stuck like this, you better use a needle or something to pull them out like this, and be very gentle. You don't pull them from this side, or do pull them from this side, but be careful you don't spread. There's a margin here. I think this one's already broken, but they tend to open. So there's a metal frame here. Well, that's pretty much it. I mean, I would have many other things to say, but it would be too much of too long of a video. Thank you for watching. Bye.